So before we move the new water heater in, we want to get our water pipes ready.
Yep.
So Austin's been kind enough to lend me his pipe cutter, which is really cool. And we're going to cut right here, and then we're going to loosen this and cut the hot water outlet here.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us about the fittings?
Sure. Yeah. So this is a circular pipe cutter, so it's really designed for this material we're working with here, which is copper. That's just going to slowly kind of cut into that and make a nice clean cut all the way around. And then we're going to adapt with shark bites, which look like this. They're push to connect fittings. So this fitting is going to allow us to transition from copper to PEX piping, which is just going to be the easier, cheaper way to run our plumbing for the new water heater. But the catch with these is we do need a clean piece of copper pipe to push this onto. We don't want any bevels, any deep scratches in the pipe. We really need it to be nice and smooth and clean to make sure that the O-ring inside of this fitting actually makes a good seal. And the reason we're cutting it where he was mentioning is to set us up for that new water heater. We have new dimensions, it's a new size, right? So we want to make sure that we cut this in a good place. So we had kind of looked at that already. So this is going to allow us to kind of drop that pipe straight down to where the new water heater cold inlet is, and then this is going to allow us to easily connect to the hot side on the plumbing.
And that's why we turn the water, the whole house water off, because we're cutting this valve away.
Yeah. And
so we need to have a way to stop the water. And then I'm going to clean this up down here on the floor a little bit as well and move it aside. Normally I'd vacuum it up.
Just take your hand and run it across that pipe there and make sure it feels very smooth on all sides. And then now that you cut this, water's going to start dripping from a different spot. So I like to get this kind of prepared for us.
Okay, we're going to start cutting here. So we're going to go right on the seam to leave a little bit of room. And then start spinning in the arrow that it tells me.
I think it's
Everybody
3.
count at home.
Every one of these tools is different. This one in particular happens to just cut through it a little faster.
There it goes.
Some of them take longer.
Oh, that was nice and easy.
So remind the audience why is Camille cutting that pipe?
Okay.
Yes, he's going to cut the copper pipe so that we can adapt to the new plumbing we're going to put on there. As Austin mentioned earlier, we use PEX here. Again, every jurisdiction is different.
I would maybe cut this again to give us more room, right, to put that shark bite on it. That PEX is a lot more flexible. So this, you can see how the copper's naturally, this is the position, right? So if we do this, we're not adding stress.
Right. And then,
which we're going to need to do to get that fitting on there. But if we cut it back a little bit, we could a little more easily get it in here. So I would go, yeah, perfect.
Again, what's your skill level at brazing or soldering copper pipes? That transition they were speaking about earlier with the shark bite's a great way to do a mix of metals. So shark bites work well on copper, PEX plumbing, Orsbo, which is another type, plastic pipes, works on CPVC. Does not work on galvanized. If you have galvanized plumbing in the home and you want to use PEX, you just have to have a threaded adapter to make that transition.
Try to make one more turn. There you go. There we go.
There it is.
Perfect.
Okay, that's a really nice
cleaner cut.
Right here, this pipe is tied onto the ducting, so I'm just going to unscrew that to give us a little more flexibility of where we're going to cut.
And just make sure when that last screw comes off, just hang on to this to make sure it doesn't kind of fall.
Okay. Thank you. Austin's got the professional plumber's bucket feet.
Now I can hold this for you since we got 4 hands here. And then
we're going to cut, like
probably.
Austin said, wanting to find a smooth section. Because
right there would be good.
The PEX, or the shark bite adapter, wants to go on clean pipe. And then this is going to drip this way too, right?
Yep.
Look at that, I'm getting my pro plumber's feet.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we want to take a question that we saw in the chat. Why not reuse the water pipes?
Absolutely. The Lewis hard pipe, you could
Here it comes.
do that.
Yep.
We'll put this one in.
So these fittings actually came with there's these little white pieces that go in here. Usually they're already in. Doesn't mean that it's broken, but we do need to push those in the correct way, so they're actually backwards. So we need to pull those out. And
Okay.
so that's going to be the end that sticks, that's forward.
Yep. So these were in like this with the flange on the outside.
We want that to go inside.
This is going to go like this. And
Now
that goes
just-
for the copper side as well?
Yep, and just push that in all the way. There we go.
Oh, okay, that goes
Now
way
do
in.
the same thing with the other side.
Okay,
But it does
so-
kind of come back and forth, so you'll be able to, there we go.
So these are pushed in now. The other way with the flange on the inside. And now we're going to press that on
Yep.
right here.
Now-
Oh yeah, and then Steve gave me a good tip of marking
Yes.
it with
Yep.
a Sharpie. So we're gonna mark it an inch in because these go an inch in, and so that's kind of your.
Nope.
See, I dropped things. So we're gonna mark it at an inch from the end of the pipe.
And you should be able to see that mark right on the end.
So that's what we're aiming for full connection with the PEX fit or with the shark pipe
And
fitting.
just hold
so
the other side of the pipe real good.
hold this, pressing it on there. Actually went just a tiny bit beyond.
Yep.
So that's
And
good.
just give it another real good push just to make sure it's really in there. There
Okay.
you go. Looks good.
So that's good. So now we're gonna put the screws back in.
Yep. And I'll hold this here for you if you
Thank
want to
you.
go ahead and do that. So your hot side's done. Now you got your colds.
Hot side's done. Now we're gonna.
They're not so difficult. The trick to it again is making sure you can turn it all the way. Sometimes the ability goes on and stops.
Yeah, we're just
Having
opening
that
this.
mark on there is important to kinda
And again, we've got the two fittings,
vary a little on that.
and so they're gonna go
So you kinda flip that.
flange side inward
Fine, but just gives you that idea.
and
Gives
all
them-
the way in,
Use these fittings all the time.
past the
Just that
teeth.
assurance you did get it on all the way.
There.
And again, as Austin was saying, once you kind of.
So we're gonna measure an inch in
Give it that one more push just
on this one as well
It
to
will
mark the line.
automatically, can't go any further than it's supposed to. If anybody's not familiar with shark bites, it works kind of like a.
That just gives us the confidence that it's all the way connected
So,
if we don't know what we're doing.
And just hold it right back here.
Okay.
Side of it that actually compress and hold on that pipe. So the more you
There.
cut it, as the water's pushing.
So that's
pressure
all the
on
way, and
that,
then give it
it's
another
actually
push.
able
Yep, just
lock
to
on
make
the
sure.
water.
Perfect.
Okay.
The O-ring inside
That's
is
great.
important.
So now we're ready for our PEX.